You are listening to the Divine Timing Podcast, a weekly spiritual information station where souls check in, spirit speaks up, and energy gets the attention it deserves, all served with love and laughter. Come for the insight, stay for the laughs, and leave just a little brighter. Welcome to the Divine Timing Podcast. I'm Dr. D. Thanks for joining this week. And we're going to kick off this episode that will be all about embodying your energy with a frequency forecast for April 6th through the 12th, 2026. The overall vibe here is that the spark is going to return this week. This week is dominated by Mars entering Aries on April 9th, a major ignition point that shifts the collective from hesitation into action. Mars is home in Aries, bold, instinctive, fast. And this transit brings a surge of courage, clarity, and let's do it energy. So you can expect a rise in confidence, faster decision-making, a collective push towards independence, and more impulsivity. Watch that part. Okay, so be aware that you might be more impulsive when we have sparking energy, okay? Meanwhile, the moon moves through Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, creating a rhythm of expansion, discipline, and innovation. April 6th to the 7th, we have the waning gibbous moon in Sagittarius. The week opens with a fiery, truth-seeking Sagittarius move, and this is the big picture energy. There's optimism, movement, and a desire to break out of stagnation. The frequency is going to feel restless but hopeful, curious, ready to explore new possibilities, and more socially open. This is a great window for brainstorming, travel planning, or reconnecting with your sense of purpose. April 8th, the moon in Capricorn plus the Mercury post-shadow. We have the moon shifting into Capricorn, grounding the fire and helping you get serious about your next steps. And Mercury also officially clears its retrograde shadow, meaning mental fog completely lifts and that clarity will fully return. So expect your productivity to spike. Plans start coming together and actually sticking. Decisions feel easier, and emotional detachment helps you focus. This is the handle your business day of the week, April 8th. April 9th, Mars enters Aries. This is a major transit. This is the cosmic ignition switch. Mars in Aries is raw life force, ambition, drive, instinct, courage. The frequency is going to feel motivated, a little impatient, ready to take risks, energized and bold. This transit lasts through mid-May, but its arrival this week is the turning point. April 10th, we have the Aquarius moon. The moon moves into Aquarius, bringing a shift towards innovation, community, and future-focused thinking. So expect some breakthrough ideas, a desire to detach emotionally, social or group-oriented energy, a need for freedom and space. This is a great day for creative problem-solving or connecting with like-minded people. April 11th and 12th, we have the Aquarius-Capricorn blend plus Mars and Neptune influence. The weekend carries a mix of airy detachment and grounded realism. There's also a subtle Mars-Neptune undertone building where imagination is going to meet action. So this frequency is going to feel dreamy but determined, inspired, ready to visualize the next chapter, and emotionally lighter. This is the soft touch of a better era vibe, the moment where you start to see the path ahead. So your spiritual theme of the week is a cosmic reset, a shift from confusion to clarity, from stagnation into movement. You're being guided to trust your instincts, act on inspiration, release hesitation, step into leadership, and embrace new beginnings. Mars in Aries is the headline, but the real story is you remembering your power. So now that you know what to expect through the cosmic energy this week, let's move on to our Dear D segment. And the listener question that I got this week is a really great one. It's from Katie, and she said, Dear D, how do you ask for your energy back at the end of the day? Is it as simple as saying, hey, I'm taking my energy back now? This is such a great question, and the short answer is yes. but I want to teach you some mindfulness and spiritual tools to assist with this. What Katie is referring to is actually called embodiment. To embody one's energy, it's it's important to do each day, and it's really a great mindfulness tool to add to your spiritual toolbox. But we can't talk about embodiment without talking about grounding, because the two go hand in hand, and in this case, energy to energy. Even if you're familiar with grounding, and I know we're only on our 6th episode here, but I've spoken about grounding and taught you about it a lot in the last 6 episodes. I do encourage, even if you're familiar with it, to listen to this lesson, because when I first started my spiritual journey, after a while, I thought I had grounding down to a T, until I made the realization that my grounding cord that I was visualizing actually was not upgrading the way that I was. It was staying small because I wasn't aware that I had been intentionally visualizing it too small. Okay, so as we get more spiritually aware, our grounding cord needs to get larger too. So now when I visualize my grounding cord keeping me connected with the Earth's energy, I encompass my entire auric field, which is a few feet around our bodies, and this has helped me immensely. Grounding also from a therapeutic standpoint can help you move emotions and thoughts that are not serving you through your body to be transmuted back into light and love energy that is divine, that divine energy all around us. This helps prevent triggered emotions from becoming blocks in your system, which will continue to come to the surface until they're properly dealt with. So grounding's not complicated, but I want you to understand that everyone is a little different in how they do things. So don't get hung up on the details, just like meditation. If you start to see or feel things different from what I'm describing, that is because we all come with divine gifts that are all in different stages of development. So when I ask you to picture something, an entirely different image may show to you. So go with that image, because that is what your own clairvoyance, which means to see, is coming through, and your higher self will always know what is best for you. For example, when I was being taught on how to ground my energy, my mentor kept using roots as imagery for us to visualize. And after a while, the roots started to not sit well with me. So instead, I started to see my energy being grounded with a bright white light. What comes to mind for you is meant for you. So don't get hung up on the details and surrender to what you might see, feel, or know to be true about you. So I've walked you through before a grounding practice and described it on how you visualize either roots or a large beam of light that extends from your root chakra and from the base of your spine or from your feet all the way down to the center of the earth. I personally like to visualize a white beam of light that's bigger than my body. It's as large as my aura, and it's anchoring me to the center of the earth. Now, the earth has very powerful and healing energy to it. Therefore, when we consciously ground into the center of the earth, which is, and also in a lot of spiritual speaks, the earth is called Gaia. And that is just another word for Mother Earth. We are not only keeping our energy here, which keeps us in the present moment, but we are also allowing her healing energy to connect with ours and literally suction out anyone else's energy that's in our field and any of our own energy that's outdated, that's no longer serving our highest good, our blocks, things like that. Have you ever heard people describe someone as being very down to earth? It means that they are authentic and grounded within themselves and who they are as a person. This is because when we ground, our energy connects with Gaia, and through her healing and moving our own energy, we are able to live a more authentic life and stand in our own energy with sovereignty and be who we truly are, instead of getting others' energy all mixed up in our field and identifying with that instead. Grounding is arguably one of the most important spiritual tools, and something that with practice will become second nature to you if it isn't already. The more you practice, the easier it is, the more amplified the energy becomes, and the more it's going to help you with your everyday life, kind of like our last lesson on meditation. So another important aspect that I feel goes hand in hand with grounding is embodiment, which is what Katie's question was about. Because I mentioned grounding because of the way that we are releasing energy that's no longer serving us, and we are giving that back to Mother Earth to transmute into light and life force energy and love. Whereas we are also then simultaneously taking on, being cleansed by Earth's magnetic field and in beautiful, loving, healing energy, right? And what we don't realize is we can literally take on other people's energy into our auric field that is not ours. So that's why grounding is so important. What embodiment does for everybody. In energetic terms, it literally means to call all of your energy back to your body, your chakras, and your auric field that might be elsewhere. Now, what do I mean by elsewhere? Well, we leave energetic traces everywhere we go. Just like when we might be in a room and we leave hair or skin cells behind, we leave our energetic tracks in places too. This can happen both physically in a room that we've been in and also through our thoughts, because remember, thoughts are things. Thoughts are energy. We think something and we are placing our energy in that time and space. Have you ever had a situation where you realize that you have not been in the present moment because your mind has found its way to thinking about something else? Well, guess what? Because your thoughts are energy. Of course, we have to consciously bring ourselves back into our energetic space, into where we left it or where we are, we're back with our physical body, right? And sometimes when another person is thinking about us or talking about us or looking at our photo or whatever, it can steal a small spark of our energy too. So it's good to just consciously call your energy back to your body with your intentions, because we are constantly leaving small sparks in several different places. Now, calling it back isn't hard either. I like to visualize my energy dropping into the top of my head where my crown chakra is located. And my energy is often, I see it as this golden color. So that's the color that I see literally pouring into the top of my crown chakra as I call it back and embody it. And you can do this by just saying, I'd like to embody my energy. I'm going to call my energy back. Whatever resonates with you is for you, right? So if you are picturing beams of light coming back to you in whatever color feels right to represent you, that is okay. Others also picture a silhouette, right? Like a shadow of their body standing in front of them. And then they visualize their physical body stepping into that silhouette, like they are putting on a self-energy suit. Whatever works for you is intended for you. Just say in your mind, embody, or say, I'm bringing all of my energy that's in my highest good back to me now. As you can feel your energy moving back from wherever you have left it or wherever it's been accidentally taken from or kept, and you can feel it coming back into your physical body, and then you can release. What I like to do then, after I call my energy back, I then like to do a quick grounding and just say anything that is, that's maybe I might have called back to myself that's outdated, anything that's not serving me, just go ahead and give it to Mother Earth. Let her take it, let her heal it, right? And then, but just know that I am calling myself back from all the places that I've left it. And this might feel a little heady to you, right? It might be like, oh gosh, Charnel, last week we talked about meditation and you gave me steps there, and we talk about grounding, and now you are adding a step. You're adding embodying. You're adding another visualization tool where I'm visualizing this silhouette of myself in front of me that I have to step into. Well, think about this, okay? I challenge you to reflect on places that you put a lot of your energy. Is it with your family or work, a hobby? Ask yourself if you ever feel drained after some of these activities. Really reflect. I'm challenging you to reflect on what do I do that leaves me feeling drained? That is your key. That's your key, that I am leaving a lot of my energy there when I am no longer presently there, if whether it be work, whether it be with your child, that you're, maybe your child's in bed, but you are still up and, you're still awake and conscious and reflecting on, worrying about whatever it may be, your child, right? Really look at those activities and say to yourself, how am I feeling after these? Am I feeling drained? If you're feeling drained, you're leaving your energy there. So do this quick embodiment exercise, especially after work, and especially if you are in a job that isn't highest aligned for you, okay? Because there's two different types of jobs. There are jobs where that they're aligned for you. It's your calling, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't take an energetic toll, okay? But you're proud of it, right? You might be tired, but it's a good tired, because it might physically make you feel tired, but spiritually and in your soul, it revives you, right? It's for you. A lot of helping professions feel this way. And so when you have those moments, just recognize, like, this is a good energy drain, but I'm no longer at work. So I need to call myself back here, and then I need to stay here in the present moment and stop thinking about work, stop giving my energy back to work. Okay. Stop letting it take up space in your head, because it's draining your energy there. So embody yourself back in the present moment. And then the same thing, if you have a job that isn't aligned for you, it's not you're not on your highest aligned path, that's going to drain you so fast. And maybe you need to change that situation, but all in divine timing, right? So in the meantime, do these embodiment exercises to help you get through your day at your job, to help you after talking to a difficult person where you keep thinking about the conversation. You just keep giving it energy, your energy. When you start to think of your energy as a commodity that you have to spend, if your energy was money, would you be spending it the same way that you are right now? I'm willing to guess that a lot of you just said, hell no, right? So start thinking about your energy as a commodity that you can spend, and really be frugal about where you are extending it. And make sure to call it back to yourself, because unlike money, or I guess I should say just like money, we can spend money and have it come back to us too, right? Money's energy. Make sure that you are calling your energy back to you. I like to do it anytime that I recognize that I'm starting to feel a little bit drained, or I'm keep thinking about something that is well past, it's over. That's okay. Whoa, you've got to, bring that energy back to yourself. But I also just like to do it as a quick tool at the end of the day, because we leave ourselves, even if you never left your house, you expended your energy in far more places in the universe than you realize. Because remember, our thoughts are things, right? Our thoughts are energy. So make sure right before you go to sleep, maybe before your nightly meditation, if you're doing that you're calling your energy, embodying yourself back. And you can just say the word embody and picture your physical self stepping right into your shadow, into your silhouette, or picturing your light beams coming back to you. So hopefully that was helpful. I do have an unclaimed message from Spirit that came through very powerfully this week, and then was even further validated on some oracle cards that I happened to pull today. So hopefully this resonates with a lot of you that are listening. So the unclaimed message this week from Spirit is, quote, "You are relying too heavily on physical proof. Trust the invisible. A dream that you've been waiting for will come to fruition if you simply let go and trust. Stay loyal to yourself, your ambitions, and the relationships that are loyal to you, without reservation and without the constant need for validation." So I love that. That was the end of the message, but I love that you are relying too heavily on physical proof. Often in spirituality, we get caught up on that, right? We want some sort of physical proof, and that is defying the whole purpose of trusting spirit. So this is a reminder to trust in the invisible. And remember, you are walking in your purpose and you're shining in the light. So keep the light on. See you next week.
I see the stars aligning in the velvet of the night, a map of ancient wisdom written in the silver light. Mercury is moving, but your heart is staying still. You're standing at the threshold of a higher kind of will. The cycle's turning slowly like a wheel within the sky. There is no need to panic or to ask the reason why. Just breathe into the present, let the heavy shadows fall. You're exactly where you're needed, answering the sacred call. Trust the timing of your life and let your spirit lead the way. The universe is speaking in the quiet of the day. Release the fear and find your ground. The soul is taking flight. You're walking in your purpose and you're shining in the light. Your chart is like a promise born the moment you arrive. A blueprint for the magic that is helping you survive. Saturn brings the lessons, but the sun brings out the gold. A story of a destiny that's waiting to unfold. So plant your feet in red clay, let the ancestors speak low. There is a rhythm to the harvest and a time for things to grow. Don't rush the transition or the shedding of the skin. The greatest transformation always starts from deep within. Trust the timing of your life and let your spirit lead the way. The universe is speaking in the quiet of the day. Release the fear and find your ground. The soul is taking flight. You're walking in your purpose and you're shining in the light. It's written in the houses and it's pulsing in your veins. Break away the gravity and lose the mental chains. From the moonbeams to the mountains, every atom has a part. You carry all the cosmos in the chambers of your heart. Trust the timing of your life and let your spirit lead the way. The universe is speaking in the quiet of the day. Release the fear and find your ground. The soul is taking flight. You're walking in your purpose and you're shining in the light.